Hey guys, so this is Swiftdeathshotz and this is going to be my new deck profile for the September ban list because I had a lot of changes for zombies in particular, and I'm going to be running zombie heroes, or as people call it, destiny heroes, but I prefer to call it zombie heroes. And it's more of a control version than anything else I've ever run before. I've tested it for quite a while. I'm taking it to a tournament this weekend, so I'm going to just quickly go through the deck and then we'll talk about it rather than doing my normal way of talking about it through. I'll just go straight through the deck and you can have a quick look at it and see what you think. So we're going to start with 2 plasma. Going to go then into the 3 melee because we're running the Destiny Draw engine. So that's the 2. We'll talk about this in a minute. Vasky is going in. 1 Gauze. A Nil Blood. We'll talk about that too. 3 Pimitel. Talk about that as well. And then we'll go into 2 Mizuki. On top of that, just the 1 Zombie Master in this. 2 Plagues. A Necroface. We'll talk about that as well. 3 Maxi, because you need 3 Maxi in this format. Well, I'll quick chat about that. And 2 Veiler. 2 Tour Guides for your Leviair play. And you've got Zenmaines, of course. 2 TG Striker. I'll have a quick chat about that and also. And then we're in spells. 3 Destiny Draw. 3 Scapegoat. 2 MST. Staples, really. 2 Book of Life, not the 3, you don't need them. 1 Lure, of course. A Book of Moon, so important in this deck. Here's another one I'll talk about in a minute. Bear of Infinite Dimension. Dark Hole, and then for traps, we've only got 3. We run 2 of these, 2 Royal Decree, because we're not running many traps, and a Malevolent Catastrophe. So that's everything in the deck. Basically, they'll talk about quickly for a few things that we'll go through. We want to talk about this. We know about the melee engine, so you know how that works. I really want to just talk about this and this to start with, basically. So, and we're going to talk about this and this when we go through. So I'll just get everything out real fast. And the Striker, the 2 Striker 2, and the Necroface. Because everything else is pretty straightforward. You have to run this. We'll talk about Maxi. You have to run 3 Maxi this format. It's pretty straightforward. You need the draw engine. Just take the 3 Maxi. I want to talk about these in particular. I want to Dirty Common. Yuck. I need another one, Ultra. These in particular, well, because they run the 3 Scapegoat now in this format, thanks to the new ban list, so the 3 Scapegoat, Vasky in particular, which is, I might take this out for a Return to Dimension, I'm not sure yet. Return to Dimension looks legit, this deck. I have to test it a bit more before the weekend, but this card, basically you tribute from either side of the field, 2 tokens with 0 attack, and then it's got an effect that lets it destroy a face-up monster, and it can still attack for 2600. It's level 8, so if you wanted to run more trading in this deck, you could. More trading targets to go with the plasmas. But mainly it works to Scapegoat, because you just take 2 Scapegoat tokens to get special summon this. Or you can take Dragosack tokens as well, which I've just realised today. You can take the 2 Dragosack tokens, activate its effect to pop the Dragosack, and then attack directly for 26. So it's a good out for Dragosack as well. So that's why it's in at the moment. And like I said, I'm testing it. It'll either be, if this doesn't work, it'll either be a second Malevolent Catastrophe or the Return for a Different Dimension. So, but I think Return might be a bit better than this. So we'll just have to check. 2 Plasmas, because I'm running the 2 Scapegoat. They're just part of the Destiny Draw engine. This card's amazing in this format. Really good. Putting on field skill drain against your opponent and nick their card. So yeah, that's why they're in over anything else like Diamond Dude, because I find these are really good. And even then you can get them out with Scapegoat tokens, so they're not that dead. Going to the other monsters. So we've got 2 Striker, as it's a level 2 tuner, who you can summon from your hand, so skill drain doesn't affect it too much. And it's Earth, and this is the big deal. It's Earth. So you can make Beast and Barkion plays off the Scapegoat tokens and off your Pyramid Turtles and Mizukis. So you're going to make the Barkion play as well. Barkion's the easiest one to make in this deck by a mile, and again it helps the traps because Decree's a bit weak, and we don't want to get traps put against this deck. Trap heavy decks this suffers against a little bit, so the Barkion play nice and easy to do. Necroface is a nice little tech for this deck. Basically, it puts all the banished stuff, so the Mizukis, the zombie masks, the maliciouses, back, as well as the plagues. The best thing to do is when you've got the plagues in the grave and you've got 1 melee, play the Necroface, get the 2 maliciouses back into deck, and then you get to go off again with the malicious play. So that's really good for that, basically. It's also, you can banish it with a lure if you just want to do the mill, but it's got options, this card. It tends to force a Veiler, so it's really not that bad. That's why I like it. Running 43, by the way, if anyone's interested. And this was 42, but this put me up to 43. And because this card is the best quick play magic this format. And it's a scapegoat. It is amazing. You can do so much stuff. It also stops Crimson Blade and locking down this deck. It stops effects going off against this deck. You can also use it offensively to get your own Crimson Blade to go off if you've got the decree up. It's really, really good. I recommend running this in any deck at the moment, really. Book of Moon, you should run one. Return, pretty straightforward again. It's the same as the Necroface. It puts everything back into the graveyard. It's also quick play, so you can chain it, and you can use it from hand to refresh the whole combo. So that's the only other thing. The last thing I really want to talk about is Pyramid Turtles, because I run 3 turtle, and there'll be people who watch this and go, why no Goblin Zombie? Why don't you run the Goblin Zombie in this deck instead? Why are you running the 3 turtles instead? Pretty straightforward for me is the fact this deck wants to put on the field a plague. On the field. You don't want it in hand. You don't want it in hand with this deck. I know Pyramid Turtles are a bit more unsure when it comes to destruction effects, but because I'm running the Eel Blood as well, and because I'm running the 1 zombie master, I need to get it out. It's easier to put them on the field, keep field presence up, and I find Pyramid Turtles also good as a blocker as well. If people think Pyramid Turtles down, they're not going to go and run into it when they think you've got set up. Particularly if you get first turn D-Draw Melee, they don't want to run into the turtle, and you can bomb the turtles and get a plague up for free in their turn. Whereas Goblin puts it in your hand, it slows down. Goblin is slower than Pyramid Turtle, and I don't want to be that slow, so I run the 3 turtle over the Goblin. The Goblin has other options against destruction effects, but for me it's Pyramid Turtle in this deck over Goblin Zombie. If you really don't want to run the 2 turtle, you could run 2 turtle or 1 Goblin, or 2 Goblin and 1 turtle, but for me it's for the 3 Goblin Zombie. Extra deck and stuff, let me just get it ready. Extra decks, basically, I'll post in part 2 of this. I'll post it in the extra deck into the comments below. But basically, it's things like Crimson Blader, Stardust Dragon, Dark End Dragon, Catastor, Beast Barkion, 2 Psymeuth. If any of you have seen Psymeuth, I'll do a little bit about Psymeuth after this. Psymeuth's so good this format. So basically it's Psymeuth and Black Rose and a Lavalval Chain and Leviair and a Zenmaines for the Torkai players. So basically, yeah, that's my deck, 43 cards. I'll let you know how it gets on. I'm finding it really consistent, actually. I'm enjoying it, so this is the deck I'm going to run for a bit. I haven't seen how it does against the new Dragon Ruler stuff, but I'll find out. I'll probably have to decide for that. So I'll let you know how that gets on. But cheers, guys. Peace out, yeah?